Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Kenji. Alright, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch just to try to figure out what I'm going to do and the pose I'm going to take. And I know you probably can't see this, but that's okay. This is more for myself, to make sure that I get everything in the right place and that I put everything on the screen, because sometimes it falls off. But that's okay, no big deal. But yeah, like I said, mostly this is just to see what I'm going to do, and then I will redraw it with Sharpie for you guys, and you'll be able to see it much better. Okay. Let's see. And also, this is to make sure that I don't forget certain things, because usually there's so much on these characters that I'll forget something, and I kind of want to make sure I get everything in, because that's why you're here, right? Like, see, he's got like 2 belts on here, so I gotta remember to do that. But yeah, I mean, you come here and you want to draw, and I would hate to be drawing. I would hate for you to be drawing and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, you didn't do this or you didn't do that. And, you know, that's why I like to sketch out. Make sure I know what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, no, you know what? Let's do like this. I'm trying to think of hands and positioning is something that's kind of important too, just because I want to, you know, make it fun. And make it right too. So anatomy, you know, all that stuff. See, that seems a little low for a waist for me, so I'm gonna bring it up just a little bit. Let's see what I'm gonna do with this hand. This one I'm going to make into a stronger pose or position. Not so much pose as much as position. Okay. And let's see. That looks pretty good. Now I just got to make sure I get certain things in here, like I was saying. So let's see. Let's get his head in here. And this one's going to be pretty easy, considering there's a lot of facial details covered up. So there's not too much I got to worry about. I do want to make sure that I get enough detail in here for you, but you know, one of the eyes is covered up, and the mouth is covered up. So, you know, again, there's not too much we got to do. And I think this ear is covered up, right? Let's see. And then, oh yeah, this little ponytail thing. Okay, I think that'll work. You know, maybe not so many fingers. Let's do something like a karate pose, you know. So let me erase some of those. Oh, my eraser's gone. Here it is. Erase some of those fingers just to have like a, you know, a judo karate pose or something, you know. Okay, I think that ought to be good enough that we can get started. So you're welcome to start with a Sharpie or pencil, whatever you'd like, and let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my Sharpies, and I'm going to do a pen Sharpie real quick first, just for the finer detail, like the eyeball. Then I'm going to switch over to a fine point Sharpie, which is actually pretty big, but that's what they call them. So I'm just going to do the eyeball first. So it's like this little almond shape looking thing, like that. And let's go ahead and do some of the eyebrow too, because you can see that, but it's going to get cut off by these bandages. And so let's go ahead and do the bandage with the fine Sharpie as well, or the pen Sharpie. or with your sharp pencil, whatever you're going to do. So I'm going to go over the mouth like this. And since I have a sketch here, I know kind of where to start and where to stop. So hopefully you can figure out a good stopping place too. So this will give me a room to come across with the bandage like this. I'm just going to go over his head like that. And I'm going to come back down, kind of go over the ear like that. I'm going to thicken this edge up a little bit just because I'm going to start to use this other Sharpie and it's pretty thick. So I'm going to try to match it just a little bit. Like here, I'm going to thicken up the outer edge. And it's just to match this. And you'll see here, I'll show you what I'm doing. So with this, I'm going to come here and start doing some of the details of the head. And so the hairline is underneath that wrap. So we're just going to kind of bring it around like this. And see how much thicker that is compared to the rest? That's why I wanted to thicken up these outer edges and match it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do the top of the head here. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to thicken up that edge. And this is just my style. This is what I like to do. So you don't have to make it thick like this. This is just the way I draw. So now I'm going to do the chin, which is about right there. So I'm going to bring a line down to like that. And that'll take care of the head. And I can do the hair. Okay. It's just kind of a little blossom lotus flower type looking thing. So what I'm going to do also real quick is add a few little details into the bandage. Just to make it look like it's, you know, wrapped around his face. So you don't have to do this, but I like doing it. So with the thicker and thin lines, it kind of gives it a little bit more of a stylized technique, you know. And that's all. We're just gonna do something like that, just to show that it's bandaged, you know. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch back over to my big fat Sharpie, and I'm gonna draw his neckline. And he's got more like it looked like big kerchief type kind of wrapping thing here. So I'm just gonna kind of do something like this, and then I'll bring it up here to the collar and connect that. And actually, this kind of goes all the way down into his shirt, but we'll worry about that after we add some lines, some start-stop lines is what I like to call them. So this one, let's come out here like this, and that'll kind of do his collar line. Okay, because he's got like a big, huge collar, and that'll give us places to start and stop. Okay, so I'm going to draw his shoulders like this. That's his sleeves, so that'll give us places so we can go like that. And again, now that I have this defined, I can add his vest like this, and bring this one in like that. Okay, and there's a few details in there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're going to bring the tinier Sharpie in for that, but we're defining some edges here. That's basically what we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and draw his waist like this, and then I can add a few tiny little shirt lines with my thinner Sharpie. And I just like doing it like this because, see, it kind of stands out. It looks a little different, you know. Let's go ahead and do his details in his jacket since we're here with the thinner Sharpie. Like that. And then just kind of do something like this. And then color will take care of the rest. But we stylized a look for it like that, see? Let's add a few more lines here. And what I don't like what I just did is that these lines kind of match, so it kind of looks the same. So I'm going to thicken these up just a little bit, just to make them stand out from those lines. See? Much better. Okay, so let's go back to this Sharpie. And his one arm's going to be out like that, the other one's going to be up in a fist, so let's go ahead and add them now. So I'm going to draw the shoulder into the bicep to the back of the arm. Going to stop there though, because he has like this little arm protector like that, and it's up a little bit more. That's why I wanted to stop. And let's see, his gloves I'm gonna stop right there. And oh, you know, before I confuse you, let's go ahead and finish up the rest of it. He's got straps like that to hold on his arm protector, and his gloves are right there. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up. Draw the underarm like this, and he's got bandages up his arm like that. It's a little bit lower. It's about right there, but I'm going to live with what I did. So now I'm going to draw the wrist to there, to the thumb, then to the back of the hand like this. And that's basically, it's going to be doing that basically. And so that means we're going to draw this inside here like that, and that's your basic shape. Now we just draw the fingers up on top of it. Okay, so I'm going to draw the thumb out like this, and then the other fingers I'm just going to draw like this. And see how I'm kind of like judo pose. You know, that's kind of what I was going for. So we'll draw another finger like that because that's longer, and the rest you can't see because they're back behind those fingers. So we're done with that hand. So let's draw this one over here, and this one's more of a strong, mighty pose. And oh, you know what I didn't do were the bandages that fly off. So let's finish this one here, and then I'll do that one as well. You know what though? Let's see. This stops like that. This little thing, and then the rest are bandaged, almost like gloves, like that. And we'll do some bandage lines in a second. I'm going to do this one and we'll do them at the same time, okay? So I know the wrist is going to be about right there, and he's got same thing, that little arm protector on that side, a strap to hold it over here. And I know what I'm doing because I sketched it out, and that's why I can kind of just throw lines here and there, you know? So that's going to be the edge of his glove like that right there. So I'm going to continue this down like that, and then come down to the elbow, and then I'm going to connect these arms. And see, I like drawing what's in front first because then I can draw what's behind it, and I don't have to draw as much, you know? There's going to be the bandage for that one. So let's go up here for the glove. I'm going to come up here for the finger, the back of the hand, and the pinky is what I like to draw first. That'll define, or that'll put that in front, then everything else is back behind it, and I can hide stuff, you know? So I'm going to draw the thumb in there like that. This part of the meaty part of the thumb. Draw a little line for the definition. And now I can draw the other fingers behind it. And again, you don't have to draw them all because they're back behind. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And so now, oh, you know what? Let's wait. His legs are bandaged too, so I'll wait to do that until we draw all of the bandages, okay? So let's draw some pockets, because everybody's got pockets. Okay, it'll be something like that. And this one's kind of back behind, but we're still going to throw it in there like this. Okay? And again, I know where I'm putting them because of my sketch. It lets me just float certain things because my sketch tells me where everything's going to be. So let's go ahead and draw his pants like this. And he's got wraps around his belt like that. And so I can kind of do something like this. And then I'll add some wrap lines in there in a second, okay? So his pants are gonna be like that. And I'm going to go ahead and define his legs like this. But oh, there's a pocket over here. I gotta draw that first before I do, because I like, again, drawing what's on front first, and that'll let me hide certain things and get away certain things. Okay, so there's one pocket, and the other one's going to be back behind this leg, so we're not going to worry about that yet. Let's draw the pants, and then that'll let us hide certain things. Okay, so I'm going to come down here and do this. I'm going to do this one over here, and draw this little piece like that. So now I can draw like that, just a little pocket, just subtle, you know. He does have like a bandage looking bottom part of the pants, so we're going to add that in there. And so now we could draw his legs and his shoes. And so that'll be pretty easy since all we got to do is draw the definition. There's no armor or anything like that like on some of the other characters. Okay, so there's his legs, and let's just draw his shoes. We're going to do both at the same time. Let's draw the tongue like that. And then, let's see, the side of the shoe like that. Let's draw this one too, which is also that part. And then we're just going to connect this like that. And I'll go ahead and add a toe line, which is that line right there. Okay. So now I'm just going to add a few more little details, and this is what I was talking about with the straps. So the straps or the bandages, we're just going to do something like this, and you kind of decide how you want to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but sometimes if you mix it up like this, like, you know, sometimes someone going across, it looks more authentic, you know. And there's some on his hands too, so we're going to go ahead and do something like this. Okay, so let's do the same thing over here. This one you can't quite see because everything is behind this arm. And same thing here, he's got wraps around his hand. And we'll do some in here for the belt that I was talking about, the belt wrap. He's got kind of, it's not really, we're not going to worry about it on his pants because they're not wraps, it's just the way the material is. But he does have some definition like this. Okay, so yeah, his legs are wrapped, so let's do something like that. What you kind of do is think about, okay, there's one wrap, then I'm going to draw one behind it, then one over that, so let's finish this up. And you kind of do like that, you know, it doesn't have to be exact. And when you make it up and decide what looks good to you, you know? There's a wrap. I'm going to have one going behind that. One behind that. Behind that. And wrap. And wrap. Wrappity. Wrap. Okay? And his shoes, we'll just go ahead and kind of do something like this, just to define some edges. And give him a little sole for his shoe there. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So for now, that is Kenji. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.